Hey guys, today I literally have 20 minutes to go fishing, so I'm hoping that I can make a meaningful video with less than 20 minutes of fishing. You know, I would love to have a couple hours, but my schedule doesn't allow that right now. What I'll be doing is heading to a local lake that I haven't fished since November. There's a ton of species in there, but I'm not really sure. I've never fished it in February before, so what I'm going to be doing, I'll be fishing a slip bobber rig with an ice fishing jig, about a 1/64 ounce ice fishing jig, and then I'm going to tip that with wax worms. What I'm going to be primarily trying to do is work on suspended jigging, because there are a ton of hang-ups and snags in this chain of lakes, and when you have that and you'd like to jig, the only way you can is with a float. The nice thing about the slip bobber though is there's various depths in which I'd like to fish in the lake, so I'm not really handcuffed to, you know, setting the rig to a certain length. Like, you can always adjust it due to where you're fishing. So stay tuned, hopefully we can make it 20 minutes of magic. All right, so what I'm doing, I'm fishing a slip bobber. I got a 1/64 ounce ice jig, slip bobber, and a slip. Now, you can adjust it so that when it gets to that slip, it doesn't go any further, which is great. So you can bobber fish or anything. Bait we're using is wax worms. Big key with this is, I say it in every video in the winter, man, don't be stingy. All right, bait's cheap, especially if you catch it. Unfortunately, I do not catch these because I don't know where you would go to catch a wax worm, but big key, load up that hook. And one thing I do notice with these is if you squeeze them, break them a little bit, it gets that scent out, and they seem to be more attracted to it. So right now, I'm suspended jigging. I got a ice fishing jig about a foot down, and I have a slip bobber and a slip stopping it from letting the bobber go any lower. And why this is a nice technique for here is there's a lot of debris on the bottom, and when you're fishing a spot like this, it's, you know, really sticky. It's better to do a suspended jig. That way you can actually work your bait and not worry about losing the rig. I also think the presentation on it is pretty nice. Now, one thing with this winter fishing, the water clarity right now is, looks like less than a couple inches. So you actually really have to just kind of present the bait literally in front of a fish's face if you're going to catch something, which kind of sucks because there's a lot of water to cover. In the winter, one of the biggest mistakes I notice people do is they stay in one spot and they keep doing the same technique for lengthy periods of time and then wonder why they're not catching anything. Now, that could be one of two things: either fish aren't there / not hungry, or you're not presenting the right bait or right meal for them. So let's see if we can't get something to take a bite. Ooh, first fish of the day. Ooh, looks like a pickerel. Ooh. Damn. Ooh, he's trying to run me off. Smart fish. I'm gonna have to grab him by hand because this line's gonna break. It's only a 4-pound test. All right. First fish of the day on an ice fishing jig. It's a nice little chain pickerel. Ooh, he's got some, ooh, sorry buddy. He's got some battle scars on him. Let's get it, something right there. Something was definitely just messing with it. There we go. Nothing big, but it's a fish. What do we got here? Ooh, second species of the day. We got ourselves a sunfish, bluegill. All right. I haven't caught one of these since I was a little kid, man. This is like a nostalgic moment for me, man. It's probably been 20 years since I probably caught one of these. Let's go. Man, I'm telling you, I probably was 9 years old. 20 years ago was the last time I think I've caught one of these. Oh, don't want to drop you, man. That's awesome. Not a big fish, but man, cool to catch, you know, different species. This is second species of the day. Let this guy go, and off he is. Let's see if I can't get back into that little hole. Sometimes when you catch one, there's a few more waiting around. Where I'm fishing is extremely shallow, so I really had to adjust the top stopper. Oh man, that was a miss. Swing and a miss. Ay, ay, ay.